If you aren't following the Bricks and Minifigs drama, you need to get in on this. It is probably the craziest thing I've heard about in a long time, so let me get you up to speed. Bricks and Minifigs is a chain Lego reseller. They have locations all around the United States. This incident is involving a location in Salem, Oregon. This story starts off with a dad who in the early 2000s started collecting a bunch of Lego Star Wars collectible sets. Over the years, he has amassed about $200,000 worth of these Lego Star Wars sets. Recently, he fell sick, so he ended up putting his Lego set on consignment at the Bricks and Minifigs store in Salem. In this contract for the consignment, he still maintains ownership over the Legos, but the store has the right to sell them, and they'll take a 35% of the sale, and he gets to keep 65%. This works fine for like about a year until the management just changed rapidly and without warning. And when I say that, I mean the security camera footage of that night literally shows the new franchise owner coming in, telling the old franchise owner, you just need to go. She's saying, I need to take inventory. I have these Star Wars Legos. And they say, no, corporate and the new management will handle that. You need to leave now. The son of the dad who collected all of these Lego Star Wars sets is trying to get these Star Wars sets back from now this new management, Bricks and Minifigs, except they're saying they don't have it. This kind of drags on until a pretty well-known YouTuber, Reckless Ben, finds out about this like mid-May and then decides to become involved. And that's where it just gets so insane. I watched his videos. By the way, if you have like 3 hours to spare, go ahead and watch these videos yourself. I'm sitting there, if you love over-the-top pettiness, malicious compliance, this is for you. And to give you just like a little taste of what I'm talking about, store owner and the CEO of Bricks and Minifigs were trying to keep this a civil case, so basically between the store and the person who was wronged, so that the police didn't have to get involved. Therefore, they wouldn't legally have to do anything. So Ben finds a way to turn it into a criminal case. He researches Oregon state law and he finds out that you can claim a theft has occurred if they're stealing from a lottery. So he hosts a lottery, except he needs a license to host a lottery in Oregon, unless you're a nonprofit or a religious organization. So he creates a church and registers it in Oregon to be able to host this lottery. There is a moment in this entire saga, so far, by the way, it's still continuing, where Ben gets swatted. Literally. The man is facing 5 years in prison currently, and every single thing he did was totally legal. Like, the police departments are in on this, and not just Oregon, Utah. This is like the